Hey beauties, it's Riri. Welcome back to another day of Vlogmas. If you're new here, I'm an over 40 lover of all things beauty and I love showcasing indie brands here on my channel. We're diving right in. Today is going to be me testing out all of the goodies that I got from XO Beauty. I have been a long time fan and watcher of Shan XO. I'll link her channel down below. She does not know I exist. I bought all this stuff myself. I've wanted to try the brand for a very long time, so I definitely took advantage of Black Friday sales. I picked up the Diamond Baby highlight palette. And if you try the brand, please let me know. And here's the highlight palette. I am filming in natural daylight, so the sun may go in and out. I do apologize for that. Next up is the Native palette. And I love the theming, I love the artwork and stuff like that, and I love this color story. I also picked up the Terracotta palette. This one is a little bit more jewel toned than the other one. I feel like I want to play with the Native palette today, but if you want to see a look with terracotta, just comment down below and let me know. I do pre-film a lot specifically for Durismus because, you know, 31 days of videos is a lot, you guys. But I do have a couple video spots where I don't have anything pre-filmed yet, so definitely let me know, and I will try to accommodate your wishes. Next up, I also got one of her eye halos, a liquid eyeshadow. I opted for the shade Luna. And I've seen her demo these many times, so I'm super excited about this. I don't always have the best of luck with liquid eyeshadows because I have hooded lids, and some of them are just trash. So that is what that looks like. Just a beautiful kind of sheer, sparkly silver. And I just thought that that would be perfect specifically for holiday time. I also picked up a lip veil in the shade Diamonds. And I'll actually do that first. Right now I obviously have on brows, complexion, a little bit of blush. I have on my Laura Geller palette. And then I have, I do not know how to say this, S-A-C-H-E-U. So Sacho or Sachu, I'm not quite sure. But it's like the peel off lip liner. And I've used this quite a bit since I received it free with a gift for purchase with like an Ulta order. Oh, that's so beautiful. I love the packaging. And also, you know, this is perfect for, in my opinion, for the holidays. Let's let the sun go away. So I'll go in with the lip veil first. Oh, that smells good, y'all. That smells like hot cocoa. That smells yummy. Ooh. Way more sparkly than I anticipated. I don't actually feel it on the lips. Ooh. Oh, I like that. It's pretty. It looks a little more frosty here than kind of what I'm seeing. If you don't like frosty, this ain't for you. This is not something I would wear all the time. I specifically got it for holiday time. Oh yeah, that's pretty. It feels quite thin on the lips. I don't feel the glitters or anything like that. There's no stickiness. I'm not getting the weird butthole lips. Let me go ahead and grab a towel. I always do makeup application with a towel down here on my lap. Now I'm gonna go in with a little highlighter brush. And I think I'm gonna use probably the shade Lace. I will go ahead and swatch all three though. We have Bouquet, Petals, and Lace. Ooh, so we have more of a kind of more neutrally one, a little bit more of a pinky one, and then more of kind of an icy one. Okay, so I'll go in with Lace. It picks up good on the brush. And I like to press in place first and kind of push the product into my skin. I do have textured skin, I have larger pores, so I really try to be careful with products like this, you guys. Okay, I like it. It's a little, It's more of like a drier texture. Like, I don't feel like it's like a super high shine, like glass-like finish, if that makes any sense. Very pretty nonetheless. Okay, I feel like if you want to amp it up, you definitely could. Okay, I like that. All right, now I'm gonna prime with my Alter Ego eyeshadow base. I literally am like scraping the tube, you guys, to try to get some out, but I love this primer. This was gifted. And I'm trying to use it up because I'm gonna be filming my empties video very soon. Have you tried XO Beauty? Are you a fan of Shan XO? I would like to know. I'm gonna just say, like, full transparency, I used to kind of watch her solely because she was one of, you know, the it girls back in the day, like in the heyday of YouTube, if you will. Like when I started watching and stuff like that, I kind of watched the popular folks just because they were popular, I feel like sometimes, and or because I could kind of keep up with the latest and the greatest without, you know, me actually having to purchase things and stuff like that, kind of seeing what people are getting in PR unboxings, things like that. So I started my journey with her kind of watching her because she was, you know, a little bit more popular and kind of because everybody was watching her. I will note that for me personally, let me dive in, I'll just point to what I'm doing. Y'all know I like to talk. If you're new here, I hope you subscribe, give the video a thumbs up if you enjoy, and yeah, we're a beautiful shit show around here, you guys. And I like to talk. I like to talk a lot. I love that it folds all the way back. I love that in a palette. I am going to go in with, I'm not even going to try to pronounce these. I'm going to go in with this shade and probably build it up with this, and then we'll kind of go from there. Not getting any kick up in the pan at all, and it picks up beautifully on the brush. But I will say, for me personally, my thoughts toward her, and I've never had bad thoughts towards her, but my thoughts towards her went from being, you know, she's like the standard, you know, pretty YouTuber. She's, you know what I'm saying? She's here to make money, or she's here to be popular, or she's here to do whatever. But I still enjoyed her content. I still, you know, I've watched her for many, many years. But I want to say, for me personally, there was a big shift. I'm also much older than she. Like, I could almost be her mama. So I'm going to note that too. Like, I'm definitely not her demographic at all. But I noticed kind of since COVID, or kind of through the duration of COVID, she became, to me, just a beautiful beacon of just light and honesty and strength. And she really, in my opinion, and just kind of as a watcher of her for, you know, a very, very long time, she has really blown me away. Like, I love her content so much and love her as an individual. Obviously, I don't know her personally, but like, I would love to meet her. Like, that is how much I love her and her content, and just her kind of as, you know, an individual. This blending incredibly well. It looks very true to pan. I'm not experiencing any kind of patching or anything like that. But she kind of, for me, came out of her shell a little bit, and she kind of went from being the standard, and I know that sounds like I'm shit talking her. I'm not. Hopefully you guys know what I'm saying. Like, she was the standard YouTuber, you know what I mean? She was like the top tier beauty YouTuber type person that, like, people just kind of watched solely for that reason, I feel like, at that time. And again, I'm not talking shit at all. I'm not saying anything bad, but she went, for me, from being like that to now somebody that I genuinely value, and I actually see her. You know what I mean? It's not all the bells and the whistles and stuff like that. It's not all like, oh my God, my life is so perfect, and oh, well, today's video, we're gonna do this, this, and this. And then it kind of was left at that, if that makes sense. Like, I always felt like I needed a little bit more in terms of personality, and then being personable and stuff like that. But she is somebody that, she has really, really come out of her shell. She really is, you know, like, she's, you know, a new mama and stuff like that. Well, I mean, a couple years, but she, in that time, you know, became a mother, and she really has talked about, you know, body image and weight gain and weight loss and depression and anxiety and, you know, society's ideals of who and what we are supposed to be. And she speaks very openly, raw, very candidly about motherhood and about kind of what that entails. And I have all the respect in the entire world for somebody that does that, because I know, as somebody that's been on social media for 6.5 years, actually 10 years, because I started over on Facebook, it is hard. People do not understand that. And I don't even think I understood it. And maybe that's why my perception of her at that time, when I first started watching her, was, you know, oh, she's the cookie cutter, you know, pretty girl, and here's some makeup. You know what I'm saying? Because the perception for a lot of us at that time was that, oh, it's so easy, and oh, it must be nice, and oh, these people haven't made, and oh, they don't do shit, and oh, it's not a hard job. It is incredibly hard. And I used to kind of feel the same way. But it is hours, you guys. It's hours and hours and hours of work to create, you know, one video. It is also, it doesn't end. It doesn't end when you upload your video, because you're checking, you know, obviously engagement and stuff like that. Specifically, you know, for me, and I know maybe some YouTubers don't feel that way, or social media people don't feel that way. I want to try to at least heart every single comment that you guys leave. I try my best to comment back and reply to every single comment that you guys leave, because that is important to me. And in doing that, and in trying to keep up with that aspect of things, the emails and the notifications and the comments and stuff like that, it does not end, you guys. It literally, if I go one full day, and this is no bullshit, like my son and husband can attest to that, if I go one 24-hour time frame period without checking my phone, I will have hundreds of notifications. If I allow myself to take 2 or 3 days, you know, off, it's insanely difficult to keep up. Like, it is hours and hours and hours of work, and it does not end. If you are, you know, genuinely trying to keep up with, you know, your comments and trying to be engaging with your audience and stuff like that, it doesn't end. So it's more hard than I think people realize that it is. And, you know, yes, of course, it's literally a dream job. It is literally a dream job. But I like the fact that she kind of went from, you know, that kind of cookie cutter, and my perceptions have changed as a creator as well. But I feel like she kind of went from like that cookie cutter person to now being just this beautiful raw version of herself. And I love her so much. I think she's so incredible. And I think she's like the best mama. Obviously, I don't know her behind closed doors, clearly. But just to share what she has shared, and to really, you know, break out of her shell, and to be as vulnerable as she is, and to literally say, like, dude, motherhood is the hardest thing in the entire world, and hey, I'm struggling today. And, you know, she does vlogging, and she does like a lot of gardening and stuff like that as well. And she really, I just like somebody that has some depth. You know, I like somebody that is willing to kind of put themselves out there, because it is hard. And again, I know that the perception is that, like, oh, this is the dream job, and it is. It 1000% is. You know, like, I hope for the day that I am as successful as, you know, like, as she is. You know, I hope to, like, have my own brand maybe one day, or, you know, there's so much that I would love to do. But it is incredibly hard. And I know that the perception always is that it's the bells and the whistles. And I know that for a lot of social media people, that's all they show. And I don't like that. Like, I am all for talking about mental health. I am all for talking about pain, you know, and I never want to be like, I love this. I think this is beautiful. Like, everything is true to pan. Everything looks so pretty. I'm so happy to have this. I was so scared, y'all. It's taken me a long time to try this brand. I think I want to go in... I think I want to do Archery, kind of on the ball of the eye. I want to save a little bit of that intensity. Ooh, beautiful. But I just, the past, you know, 3 or 4 years or so, I've really seen her become more human. I hope I'm making sense to you guys. You know, just, I am not somebody that likes the, you know, and if you're a channel member, then you kind of know, I kind of talk a little bit more candidly a little bit more open, honest, and stuff like that, you know, than I do kind of on my, you know, kind of regular videos. But I value that and I appreciate that so much, because it really is hard. It really is hard to say, you know, hey, I'm having a shitty day, and hey, you know, I'm not feeling the best about myself, and hey, I'm doubting myself as a mother, or hey, motherhood is hard as hell and nobody talks about it. I'm gonna go into Kakapo. Hope that's right, you guys. And I want to pop that on the inner corner. Whoa, oh, that's so pretty. From here, I can't even really tell. Like, to me, it looks kind of taupey, but it's like taupe and neutrally, but then a beautiful, like, fiery green. Oh, I love that shade. So, yeah, I love her. She has become, like, one of my all-time favorite, like, creators. I love the transparency. I love the fact that she is opening herself up. I love the fact that she's being a little bit more vulnerable. And I like that she's saying, you know, like, hey, I know the perception is that my life is easy and that, you know, it's all glitter and gold, but I also have problems. I also, you know, have, you know, body issues, and I also have depression, and I also have, you know, whatever the case may be. Like, I love that. I like a transparent moment. Oh, I mixed these. Oh, well. I like a transparent moment. And I try my best to do that. I've never been the type of person to be like, oh, look at me, it's all, you know, rainbows and unicorns and everything is perfect all the time. I literally will always tell you guys when I'm not in my right frame of mind, and when, you know, my mental is not okay, when my physical is not okay. I'm going to go into Manuka. I think that's, yeah, Manuka. And place that kind of in between that inner corner shade and this shade. Oh, these are really pretty. But yeah, hopefully that makes sense. You know, I get it, and I've kind of said this a lot through, like, my journey here, that, you know, there's always this perception that everything is perfect all the time, and it sucks because there are a lot of creators, the vast majority of creators, who showcase one aspect of their lives, and, you know, we are all sitting here, you know, feeling like, oh, well, I can't compete, and oh, you know, must be nice, and oh, what a great, beautiful life, and I wish I had this or I wish I had that. But at the end of the day, we all collectively, just as humans, as human beings, have these issues and have problems and have depression or have anxiety, and being a parent is the hardest thing in the entire world. And I love that. I love that she's vulnerable, and she will cry, and she will get upset, and she will say, like, hey, I'm not okay right now, or hey, I feel like I'm failing at this, or hey, I'm not doing this right. And I think it takes balls, like, for real. I love her. I just love her to death. And the makeup is also pretty damn good too. That was just like the bells and the whistles. Let me get in the light right here. Isn't like all the bells and the whistles and the most high shine? No, but the beautiful shift here, all that pretty green sparkle, beautiful. I'm thrilled. I'm happy with this purchase. I would definitely purchase again, and I would definitely recommend. All right, let me throw on some mascara. I'm just gonna go into the Essence Lash Without Limits Brown Mascara, and I think I want to come and try to top this with a halo and see what happens. I don't know, it might mess up the whole look, y'all. I'll be RB. All right, I'm gonna go into the eye halo in Luna. I don't generally apply it with the wands. I'm gonna take a tiny bit on my finger. And I'm literally just gonna put it in the ball of the eye and tap very lightly. I honestly feel like I wanted to kind of use this more as like a topper. Oh yeah, just to get like a little bit of shimmer and glitter. Like, I love specifically, like, you know, fall, winter months, holiday, New Year's, to do a deep, dark, like black smoky eye, and then pop it with like sparkle, glitter, some silver, something like that. I think it's gonna be super, super pretty. This feels much thinner. It doesn't feel really goopy or anything. So texturally, I really, really like the consistency. Oh my gosh. Hopefully y'all can see that good. And I'll get up close. And again, I do apologize about the sun. But I try to showcase things and showcase myself in the most, you know, natural way. Again, that kind of goes back to that whole, you know, the bells and whistles type of thing. And I never want the perception to be that like, oh, you know, my skin looks perfect and I look perfect. And first of all, nobody's perfect. Perfection does not exist, you guys. Hello, son. Perfection does not exist. And under bright lights and stuff like that, you guys, and I do say this all the time, like nobody on social media, I don't care how beautiful you are, how perfect your skin looks, everybody looks better under bright lights. So I really try if I can, and I'm trying to moving forward as well. I'm trying to film as much as I possibly can just in natural daylight. I know as I lean in and out, obviously it like throws off the lighting and stuff a little bit, but hopefully you guys are okay with that. Okay, I did not think I was gonna like this as much as I do. I'm gonna let it kind of set down a little bit. It feels very, very thin, more of like a very like serumy, like gel type consistency versus feeling like super thick and viscous, like super opaque. I love that. Oh my goodness, that is perfect. That is doing exactly what I was hoping it was going to do. All right, I will bring you guys closer. Here is the finished look. Again, it's a little frosty for me. I wish it was like sheer then the sparkle, but I think it's still beautiful. I don't feel it, feels comfortable, and I would like a little bit more actual like liquid high shine versus just the shine from the sparkle, if that makes sense. The highlighter I think is really pretty. I feel like it, because it is kind of that like a thicker, kind of more opaque type texture, it may emphasize texture a little bit. I don't mind that, I'm human. And then here are the eyes. That glitter is beautiful. And it does not feel sticky at all. It doesn't feel tacky or anything. Y'all, I am thrilled. I have waited a very long time to test this brand, and y'all, I would have been a little bit upset if I tried it and I didn't like it. I'm thrilled. I love it. If you guys want to see a look with the terracotta palette, please let me know. What do you guys think? What are your favorite indie brands? What are your favorite brands in general? And are you ready for the holidays? Speaking of holidays, I hope you have an amazing, incredible, happy, and blessed holiday season. Thank y'all so much for being here. Thank you to my beautiful channel members. I love you. Stay happy, healthy, and safe. And of course, be your own best beautiful. Bye, beauties.